and welcome back to Minivan Camper Gal. My name is Kelly, and today I'm finishing up my cabinet build. If you haven't seen my previous videos on this, and you have no idea what you're looking at, let me explain. This is the cabinet that will go inside my Santa Fe SUV. I built this using cardboard and taping it together with masking tape. I did tape on some wooden paint stir sticks here and there, and reinforced the countertop with laminate flooring samples from Floor & Decor that I glued on the underside. Then I covered it in small strips of heavy paper soaked with waterproof wood glue. Then I covered it in paper mâché clay, which is joint compound mixed up with shredded toilet paper and glue. And finally, I covered it with acrylic gesso to prime the surface. Now I'm creating the final layers. I'm painting it here with acrylic paint. Here you can see what it looks like just after the paper mache layer. This is my food cabinet. I learned that you really don't need the paper mache clay unless you're filling big gaps. So here I'm just putting on a layer of joint compound. So I've almost finished everything with the joint compound, and I feel like I just now figured out how to do it. So I think I've been putting it on way too thick. On this front side, I put it on pretty thick, and it takes a lot of wet sanding after it's dry to get it flat. And the inside here, I did a much, much lighter coat, and I think it's going to be a lot better. You're not painting it, you're not spackling it, all you're doing is just trying to make the finish smooth. You know, smooth out any spots where the paper is overlapping. We'll see how it comes out, but I think it would have been a lot better throughout the whole thing if I had done a much, much thinner layer. But I don't think I'll bother with the joint compound on this. Except if it's maybe really rough in some area or something, but I think I'm just gonna paint it. Okay, so here's what I'm using for the next layer. This is called Dragonfly Glaze, and it's supposed to give this red, blue, violet shimmer. So, I don't know, but I'm excited. I think it could look really good. I think it's going to look kind of pearly. We'll see. Can't really see anything. Can't see anything. Maybe I need to shake it. Maybe it needs to dry? I don't know. I don't see anything. Okay, I'm gonna let it dry. I'll go ahead and do the whole thing so it looks the same. But we're gonna stay positive. It's gonna dry amazing. Maybe it needed to be a different color, not white. Come on, do something. Watching paint dry. can see it in my paintbrush. I don't know if you can see it in the light. Looks really pretty on the paintbrush. Maybe I needed a color. Or maybe it's just not the right light. Yeah. Huh. It's a little disappointing, but you can kind of see the color. There's like a little bit of a tint to it. They have all different colors of this. This is red, blue, violet, red, violet, blue, but they also have like green, yellow, green, gold, something. I deliberated so long over these colors. Oh man. But like I said, I think it would really make a difference if it was over something. It's so funny how it's so bright on the paintbrush and yet not on here. It's definitely a subtle effect. Okay, so for the final coat, I'm going to use this triple thick gloss glaze. Create a diamond clear high gloss finish with just one coat. But it's supposed to be weather resistant and water repellent for outdoor use. So does that mean coffee repellent? Well, I let my dragonfly glaze dry completely before I put on the top coat. I'm going to finish up a couple other things. Now that the joint compound has dried, I can sand it. It's important not to inhale any of the dust from the joint compound. So this is why wet sanding is important. I don't know if you can see here, but if you put it on really thick, it gets a little bit of cracking going on. But it doesn't fall off and flake off. So if you can just kind of fill the cracks with paint or kind of smooth over them a little bit with a wet cloth. Alright, so while my cabinet is drying, I'm going to try and paint the bottom here. So we'll see what happens when you don't use any sort of drywall compound. It's pretty smooth actually. I mean, other than like this, like big ridges or something. But yeah, I didn't need to go to all that trouble down here, I don't think. So if it seems like I'm rushing, that's because, guess when I'm leaving? Tomorrow. So yes, nothing would get done if I didn't make plans to leave. Because I've been thinking about this all winter. Didn't do it at all. That's alright. Whatever works, right? The important thing, I think, is to don't put off your trips until your build is perfect and until it's finished. Like, I'm going tomorrow. And this may or may not be dry and painted and finished. But that's never been a problem for me. I've always been like, that's good enough. Let's get out there. Go. I know some people can kind of get trapped into the building of the camper, and that's what it becomes about. Which is fine. I really enjoy coming up with ideas and building the campers too, but for me it's also about going. But maybe it should also be a little bit about planning. Perhaps, maybe, Kelly? A little bit of planning? I just put this new piece on here. I'll show you. So this is just sort of like this little triangle piece, and I just put this new front on so that I can kind of throw stuff in here. It's another reason this method is so awesome, is you can totally modify it. Cut stuff off, put new stuff on, change it however you want. It's just so great. Okay, it's almost done. I'm going to put the gloss on. It has not cured for 24 hours, but I'm leaving in less than 24 hours, so. The glaze turned out interesting. I don't know if you can see it, it's almost kind of like a yellow, but then in places in the light, it's purple. I don't really like the yellow color, and there's some spots where I didn't quite get it even, because I couldn't see it. So I might have to go back in and, I don't know, tweak some things if it bothers me, but it says it might turn cloudy if it is not cured. But I thought, well, that won't matter. It's already cloudy. Gosh, it is so dry out here. It's already dry. I did not think that this step was going to be this crucial. I originally was going to go with a polyurethane, but I didn't want the vapors. When I polyurethaned my table for the van, and it just took days before I could put it inside the car. So I feel like this is a little less toxic. I think I'm just gonna put this on the on this flat surface. I just need to protect this countertop, especially over here by the sink. Darn it, some spots of my paintbrush came off on. It just dries so quick, man, it's crazy. Well, I've got some bubbles over there. Wonder how that's gonna pan out. So I definitely did not expect this to be this crucial and difficult. I'm getting a bug in my thing. Out of everything, out of this whole process, out of making everything, this top coat has been the toughest part. Oh geez. Yeah, this might be all bubbly over here. Boo. Dang it, there's like little bits of this black thing in there that I didn't see while I was doing it. Dang it. Yeah, don't use one of these. Bad idea. Shoot. I'm trying to see if I can pop the bubbles before they dry. Okay. Wow, it's really shiny. Okay. Oh. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it beautiful? So the color really does change quite a bit. Darn, this top coat is, I don't know if you can see the bubbles in it. But, oh well. Yeah, this is like kind of bluish gray. It's you can see like where I didn't quite get the glaze even. It's a little thicker in some places. But it was so hard because you couldn't see where it was going on. Yay, it looks great. Okay, now time to get it back in the car. Okay, step one is in. It's really pretty easy, except for getting that bolt in. That goes through the bottom and into the seat bolts where the seats were. And then I secure the top with a bolt that goes through here. And then it goes through a hole in the frame. Let's see if I can show you that. So it goes through here and comes through a hole back here. I've been having a hard time keeping it tight though. So I've got this little lock washer that I've been using. It hasn't really been doing anything, but I'm gonna try a wing nut so at least I can tighten it up a little bit better, because you can't really get a wrench in there. But this gets loose when I drive, and then Makes all kinds of noise. Okay, that's pretty tight. And that's what it looks like from the front. All right, it is finished. I'm not entirely sure what I think of the glaze. It kind of has like this yellow tint, if it's not purple. It's kind of, I don't know, green maybe? But we'll see how it ends up. I've got to go get another wing nut for my sink. Then my water goes down there. I can remove this when I'm putting it in. All right. Okay guys, so it's all finished. And I am all packed for my trip. This is what it looks like when I'm about to go out on a trip. Just headed to the beach for the weekend. But I've got my food up top. I have a whole bunch of library books so I can relax. I have my clothes down here on the bottom, my gym bag on the very bottom. In this little cubby is all my bathroom stuff. Maybe I'll show you that in a different video. And in here I've got, cooking stuff, fuel, etc. I originally thought my counter was a big waste of space. And then I realized that I could put my cooler on it. So it fits great right there. And I have my stove and my keyboard because I need to do some practicing this weekend. My chair, and underneath that in this box are my batteries. So that's what's fueling my all my electricity and everything. My bed is here and it pulls out like so. And then this board comes and lays on top of here, and my cushions come out. So anyway, my main furniture piece is all finished. But yeah, I'm all ready to head out for the weekend, and I'm so excited. I got it all finished. Yay! And hopefully this gives you some ideas of the possibilities are completely endless with this sort of construction. I think it's super exciting. I'm thinking I might go on this trip and then I might tear it all out and see if I can do a build for 2 in here. I'm thinking about that, but it's kind of a tough sell when it's already all installed. So we'll see. But hopefully you enjoyed learning about paper mache clay, all things that you can build with some cardboard and some glue. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks. Bye.